Hold it there, McKinnon.
What are you doing here, Cameron? You should be in Inverness.
The game's up, I'm afraid. Inverness is overrun with Grants and Monroes. This is all that's left. We're on our way to join Mar.
Don't bother. You can save yourself the effort, Cameron. The army is no more.
What do you mean?
The king has gone back to France. It's all over.
All that for nothing, eh, Campbell? I had a feeling about this day.
But I thought we won the day at Sheriff Muir. Surely the whole cause is not lost, McKinnon?
Not lost, but not won either, Campbell. Everyone just seems to have had enough.
There's precious little we can do here. Campbell.
It's no use, Cameron. My backbone shot right through. I'm finished. Here. Take
No.
this. Give it to young Alistair. All his father had to show for the Great Rebellion of 1715.
Come on, Campbell, I'll carry you.
Here, save yourself. Go now.
God bless Campbell.
Have you got him?
I have.
Squeeze the trigger. Gently now.
I will.
Come on.
Wait! Christ, that hurts.
Ewan, don't blaspheme. What am I going to do with you, boy?
It's that thing. It nearly breaks my shoulder.
That's still no reason to take the Lord's name in vain. You just have to get it into your sights and then shoot.
It's difficult.
That's all you have to do, boy.
I'm sorry, Father.
Ah, never mind. Practice makes perfect. At least that's what the girls tell me. You know what a girl is, don't you?
Of course.
Hello, Shona.
Morning, Morag.
It's a fine morning too, eh?
Aye. So what you out for the day?
This and that. Yourself?
No much. Sam's still drinking more than he can earn.
I wish I could do something, Shona.
Well, How's you and me, Alistair?
Oh, they're fine. Still shooting as usual. You know, they promised me venison. It's going to be a miracle if they ever bring home anything bigger than a rabbit.
Maybe you'll be having the soup as well.
Aye, well, we could be. As long as they're our only hope, eh? Ah, still, they're happy enough.
Major Elliot, sir.
Elliot! Sir John, nice to see you.
How was your journey?
Very pleasant, thank you, sir.
I can't tell you how good it is to see you again.
Likewise, sir. It's good to be back.
I was greatly saddened to hear about your boy.
Thank you, sir.
He must have been, what?
He was 15, sir.
Tragedy.
I blame myself, sir. After the incident, being forced to leave the service, it was my idea to go out there, sir. I wanted a plantation, a new start, the Indies. You see, I left to go into town. The French came when I was away.
The news is not good. The son of the Pretender has landed in Scotland, and the French are sure to be not far behind. I would like to think you'll be busy, sir. Elliot. Elliot, you'll understand that after the last time, we can't offer you back a commission in the regular army.
Quite.
But we do need your experience with them to help us avoid what could be a rather desperate situation. Whatever you might think, I'm not prepared to trust their own officers. Could change sides at any time. So, will you help me, Elliot?
I will, Sir John.
Good. Good. You must make sure they knock that rag bag of a militia at Ruthven into some shape. There's not that much between themselves and Edinburgh.
I'll do my utmost, sir.
I know you will. You'll need to.
She commotion a hound.
Aye.
What's on the high at the show?
Can't believe him.
He me here height.
Aye. Beamish Gunby.
Aye.
Is the boy asleep?
Aye, sound asleep.
He's had 2 hard days, but he'll get used to it. You can't learn to manage an estate and look after tenants without hard work.
Didn't push him too hard, Alistair.
At his age, he
I
needs to...
know. And he knows too. But didn't he keep trying to turn him into a man?
He has to be a man, Morag.
Aye. A man of many parts. He should be at school.
He can read, he knows his Bible.
I want you to be able to do
He
much...
stays here, Morag. Look. Hughie Mackay's made this for you.
She's a bit old for that. But it's a fine thing. You'll know what to shoot now, eh?
You'll never change, will you? But the boy must learn to shoot straight so we don't all starve to death.
Aye, and if he can shoot straight, the army will take him. The talk is the Pretenders come back to claim the throne.
No, there'll be no more wars. We're all tired of the wars. He'll no come again.
But Shona said...
Shona's a blether.
But Tan told
Tam
her.
can be a fool, you know that fine.
But she said the young Pretender...
How many times do we hear stories like that, eh? What's really important is that you're the most beautiful woman in the whole of the kingdom.
Of Scotland.
In God's whole kingdom.
Nah. so bad yourself.
I suppose you could sleep in it. At a pinch.
Is it clean?
Away with you, man. That bed is fit for a prince.
Oh, my God! What do you think you're doing?
Touch of
You miserable shower of rogues and monkeys! 15 years! 15 years I've been in the bloody army, and I end up with you, you whore's sons!
Kirk?
Oh, my God, Major Elliot. Welcome to Rathbone, Major Elliot, sir!
Welcome. The least military welcome I've ever seen, Kirk. Losing your touch?
This is the best I've got to work with, sir. Wouldn't last a minute in Flanders, sir.
Well, they haven't got long to improve.
Begging your pardon, sir. With you here, things will soon change.
Very that simple. I'm only here as an advisor, I'm afraid. Helping old Sir John Cope along.
Well, it does my heart good to see a real soldier again, sir. Just like the old days.
Ah, yes. And where are the other platoons, Kirk?
There aren't actually any more yet, sir. This is it.
This is it? This is all you've got to show? For 3 weeks recruiting?
It's the hardest job I've ever had, sir. Half of them don't even speak the language. They're stupid, they're lazy, they don't want to fight, they don't understand drill or discipline.
Still drawing rations for a full company, Kirk?
Me, sir? Well, there has been some shrinkage, sir, but it's the jocks. Pilferage is terrible, sir.
Well, as from tomorrow, you can get out there and start pilfering some recruits. Otherwise, it won't just be the pretender who's after your hide. Do you understand?
Yes, sir! Understood, sir.
Good. Carry on.
What are you laughing at, Sergeant Munro? What the bloody hell are you laughing at? I'll give you something to make you smile, jockey boy! Now turn these sots into soldiers, or you'll answer to me!
Tam! Alistair's coming, he's got you in with him. Well, don't you remember what day it is?
I do.
And did you remember what you have to do today?
Aye.
Well, what are you going to tell them?
What I always tell him.
Oh, what are we going to do, Tam?
We'll survive, Shona, that's what we'll do. Alistair might collect the rent, but he's still a friend of mine. Now, that might not mean much in Edinburgh, but here it means a lot. There's more to life than money.
But Alistair, he'll still have to answer to them.
Oh, we'll work something out.
We can't go on living like this.
Aye. Maybe, Mary could marry you and...
Don't you dare use her. Your own daughter to escape your responsibilities.
That's it. Quick, get Mary out here.
Don't even think about it. Anyway, she's away down to the river.
Your father sent me to tell you to come.
I was just watching the river. All that water. It never stopped running down the glen, down to the sea.
Aye.
The minister says it's been here since creation.
Aye. Maybe it has right enough.
Do you think it'll ever stop? That it'll ever stop running?
No. God put rivers across the world to nourish the land.
Aye, he did.
I nearly shot a great stag this morning.
And?
I just missed. I'm getting to be quite good with a musket.
Then they'll be wanting you in the army when the Pretender comes.
Have you heard about the Pretender coming too?
Oh, aye. Hasn't everybody? But we'd better go. Did you say they want me back now?
Aye. I nearly forgot. Maybe we should wait a minute.
Whatever for? What do you think I am, you and Campbell?
Mary, I think you're the bonniest wee thing in Scotland. Will you come out tonight?
Aye. Maybe I will this time.
You're late.
I'm not.
What news, MacDonald?
He's here.
Are you sure?
Oh, be assured, Cameron. He's here. Are you ready to fight again?
I fight for what is right, and there is no more just cause than that of a rightful king.
Aye, well. I'll get word to you. Soon.
Be sure you do. This time we won't fail.
I will be a good shot one day.
Aye, it takes time, boy. It takes time.
That musket's so damned heavy. But Christ, I could hardly lift it.
Stop your blasphemy, will you? The new ones are lighter. We'll buy one when we have enough money.
Oh, that'd be great, eh?
Not that great. You were tired of it, that's for sure.
Never. I'll shoot venison for supper. And maybe some Jacobites as well.
I want no more of this talk.
Wee Mary's a bonny lass.
Aye, she is. I'm going to see her now.
Tam still hasn't paid his rent.
What are you going to do?
What can we do?
But what about Ward? He'll be wanting his money.
Ward has been in the big city too long. He's lost touch with the land and he's lost touch with his tenants.
Aye. He'll never lose touch with his purse.
So, Tullybarden, how can you even suggest the venture could possibly succeed?
I'd grant the odds are long, but by the grace of God we shall triumph.
What number of Frenchmen have you brought with you?
None as yet, but they will follow.
What stock of arms have you?
None, but you have arms enough.
Tullybarden, we cannot join you. Without French help, the venture is madness. You must return there.
Gentlemen, the French
Gentlemen, I would not choose to owe my father's restoration to foreigners, but rather to my own friends, who can bring forth their own power to a glorious event. As for returning to France, those foreigners will never have it to say that I, Charles Edward, threw myself at the mercy of my friends and they turned their backs on me.
I regret to say it would be for the best, Your Majesty.
Ewan, what are you doing?
Oh, come on, Mary. It'll be all right.
No, it won't. Do you want to ruin me?
Never. You'll still be the same Mary to me, only better.
Somebody will see.
Nobody will see.
Well, they'll hear us.
No, they're in their bed. They're old.
Where's Ewan got to?
Down at Tams. He's out all hours, that boy. Oh, well, you remember what it was like yourself.
I'm not that old.
You're no spring lamb either.
Nonsense. I'm in my prime.
Sheena McPherson was talking today.
Rubbish, no doubt.
She was saying the king across the water is to come back.
People are always spreading rumours. It means nothing to us.
I'm afraid, Alistair.
Don't worry.
If he comes back, you won't fight, will you?
I've no reason to.
But your father fought with him, with the Jacobites.
My father was a fool. Killed in a forest miles from home, and just because he believed in their royal blood.
But they believe in blood. Blood binds them.
Not mine, Morag. My blood's my own.
That's good. Ewan's been away a while.
Ah, he'll be back soon. So?
So what?
So well, the cat's away.
Remain the same. Lochiel, will you call out your men to fight for the prince or not? You know full well without your league the other chiefs will not rise.
With the greatest respect, your majesty, you cannot hope to win back your father's crown with just the support of the north.
Then what would you have me do?
In the absence of a strong force of regular troops, it would appear that the only course of action is regretfully for your highness to return to France or Italy until such time as the proper military support is raised.
I see.
In the meantime, you're exposing yourself to great risk. While you're here, you're in danger.
As possible. I'm hearing this from a man who is supposed to be the leader of these brave fighting men, the clan of Cameron. I have come here in a just cause, and I will claim my father's throne or die trying to do so. You do not have to support me. If you wish, you can read of the fate of your prince in the newspapers. But others will support me, I'm sure.
I'll support you, my prince, even though no other man shall draw his sword. I'll serve to the death.
You see, Lochiel, there is one who has the loyalty and the courage to back a just and noble cause. Will you sit at home?
No, I shall share the fate of my prince.
Bravo, monsieur, bravo!
Well done, Ivalach.
We're in it now.
Ewan! Ewan! Were you after a deer?
Aye. I was just up in the hills.
Did you get anything?
No, I didn't see anything to shoot.
Ewan, I'm worried.
What about?
About what we did.
We could always do it again.
It's not that. You know what I mean, Ewan.
Never fear, Mary. It'll be fine.
I hope so.
Sir John Cope, sir.
Ah, Sir John. I'm glad that you could take the time to join us at such a difficult juncture. This is Mr. Garvey, a friend of mine.
I'm pleased to meet you, sir. Your presence here is most reassuring. The people are in need of comfort in this hour, don't you think?
Armies reassure us. Well equipped and ready to fight. There is no danger, Mr. Garvey.
Ah. But we've experienced this before. You cannot imagine the harm that would be done should this upstart land with an army of French marauders.
Oh, gentlemen, gentlemen. You worry unnecessarily. Our information is clear. The son of the Pretender has landed in Scotland, yes? Yes, I'll grant you that. But he has very few Frenchmen in tow, if any.
But the warlords and the bandits in the Highlands will still raise an army. And you know how dangerous that'll be with our own army away in France.
You take a dark view of your own people, sir?
Not our people. They are savages, sir. They speak a different language and still embrace Rome. They are quick to take offense and even quicker to draw a dagger.
Then there is the Episcopalian dimension.
Yes, they can be troublesome, I'll grant you. Here is a man who will instill confidence into you. My good sirs, Major Elliot.
Gentlemen.
Major?
Retired, fresh from the Caribbean. Here is a man who can use his experience amongst the savages of the Southern Hemisphere against the savages here in the North.
Thank you, sir.
Elliot, this is Mr. Ward and Mr. Garvey. They are worried by all this talk of another rebellion.
Gentlemen, you need not be concerned with rumors. We are raising the militia even now. Even they will be more than a match for them, be they French, Scot, or Caribbean.
There you are, gentlemen. Huh? Perhaps you'd like to join with Major Elliot in the ranks.
Thank you, no, Sir John. I'm sure Major Elliot is more than capable.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Here you are, Alice. Sit down, eh?
Well, that'll do just fine to start with, huh?
Here's a health to the brave boys of the Argyle militia. The Protestant faith could not be in better hands.
Has he been here long?
Well, I had a bit of a start on us, but we're catching up fast.
Here's a pox on the Pretender and the Eps. Drinks all round.
No, Tom.
Coffee Street. So you were Sassenach in charge of you now, lad?
Aye. But he's no like you'd expect an Englishman to be. He could very near be a Scotsman himself. He's wild like. He was cashiered. Killed a man, they say.
Well, that's rich. Cashiered from the army for killing a man. What else are you supposed to do?
Aye, but know somebody on your own side.
There you go, matey.
Oh, so you do have a purse, Alistair Campbell?
Aye, I do, in more sense than all of you, lackey. What possessed you to join the militia?
Ah, well, the uniform, romance, travel, and a chance to get a drink off Alistair Campbell. Death to the young Pretender. May his chills drop off, his manhood shrivel up, and his arsehole come out in piles.
Scotland's laws, liberty, religion, and a bucket of shite on the head of the Pretender.
I hear that bloody Prince Charlie can't even speak our language. They say the man's a foreigner, but for blood.
And so what? Our own king's father couldn't speak English either.
That's true. Mind you, you've only just got a grip of it yourself, lackey.
But I'd like to know if King George can speak English.
Of course he can. Every good king can speak English. It's Japanese that gives them the problems. I hear. Listen, all of you! I hear that the bonny prince is advised by toothless old men who'd fill their breeks at the sight of a redcoat, huh? And we should be afeard of that, huh? Nothing but papists and Episcopalians.
What's an Episcopalian anyway?
I don't know, but whatever it is, we're against them.
You should tell your friend to watch his mouth, Campbell, or he may become more than a joker, an example to all those who doubt the cause of a rightful prince.
What are you trying to say?
When the prince comes, we need a sign to burn its way right across our country.
Don't get too excited, Cameron.
Your father fought for the Jacobite cause, Campbell. He fought with mine. They fought together for a just cause. Have you forgotten that?
How could I forget it?
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
There goes the Jacobite. Cameron, the Jacobite saviour of our town. Hail Cameron the Jacobite. King Cameron. King Louis, whatever the hell of its number it is.
So it's true, Mr. Sullivan.
To be sure, Lord Murray.
You see now with your own eyes. The prince is here, and he needs you.
Me? When do the French get here?
Soon. Quite soon. In the meantime, your Royal Highness needs you to raise your men and lead his army.
I shall not fail His Highness.
Well said, Lord Murray.
I think I've had too much to drink.
You can see that again.
What is an epis?
A what?
Oh, never mind. Where's Mary?
She's away for a walk with you and Campbell.
Oh, romance, is it?
Don't start any of your scheming, Tam.
Me?
Father told us that your grandfather was killed by the Jacobites.
Aye. My mother saw it happen. She was just a wee bairn herself. He was killed right in front of her.
How can men do that?
Mind you, my other grandfather was a Jacobite.
Ewan?
What? What's the matter?
Who's that?
The prince is here. Do you hear? He is here, and everyone will know that he's come to liberate us. You want to see Charlie hanged,
I never said that!
And you want to see us all rot in hell? We see with that then too. A death to the Jacobite cause.
Come on,
you traitorous
Cameron.
swine, MacLean. I tell you, you are going to join our army, or I'm going to burn this place around your ears. You traitorous swine. I thank you for your swift action, MacDonald. But that's the last one I want to see killed. We're trying to recruit these men for the prince, no turn the whole glen against us.
Aye. Not with much success, though, eh, Cameron?
Well, well. If it isn't Campbell's boy, you're going to come in very useful to us. You're your father's son, all right. We'll bring him with us. His father may be joining us yet.
Shona.
Who did this?
Ewan killed the man. He was trying. He killed him. Shot him. He saved me.
Where did he go?
He saved me, Mr. Campbell.
Where did he go, Mary? Where did he go?
I don't know. He was taken. I don't know where he went.
I'll find him, Morag.
Be careful.
He's mixed up in this now, Morag, whether we like it or not. He's a part of this. A part of this whole bloody war.
The prince is here, Alistair Campbell.
You.
We need you, Campbell, and we need your tacksman.
You need madmen.
Don't you joke and be merry. Poor old Tam had the same feeling, but Tam was no fighting man and Tam had no heart. We need you. The prince needs you to put him back on his rightful throne. Call out your men.
This has got nothing to do with me or them.
Oh, but you see it has. You see, your son murdered a man last night, a tenant of mine. And we have your son. Justice will be done, and he will pay for his crime. But you could help him. Join us, and maybe the prince will bestow his mercy upon him.
You have him.
Oh, yes. We have him. A fine lad, strong. And he'll fight well, if he lives.
I'll come.
No.
For Ewan's sake. For Ewan's sake.
for his father's sake, and for that of his rightful prince. Campbell, you'll need this.
What happened, lad?
I killed one of them. They attacked Tam.
Last night? That was you?
They're murderers. I won't. But I need to get home. Thanks for helping me, sir. How do I get back to Inverness?
Not so fast, jockey boy. How would you like to be a member of His Britannic Majesty's army? Well, I see you do old King George a favour or two, huh?
Ah, he's too young to be a soldier. But I need drummers, Sergeant Cook.
So we do. Come on, you rebel!
They're all gone. All of them. How can it be?
What can we do?
Nothing. There's nothing we can do. Some men are mesmerised by bloody power and thrones. It means nothing to ordinary people but pain and loss.
I could kill them.
Hey, boy. What's this?
Hey, get that.
Whoa,
Get
whoa.
it.
Whoa, come. What's this, boy? Cards. It's good hands you got there, mate. Good hands. Don't play the queen. Whoa. Whoa. What are you writing to, Cam?
My mother. She needs to know I'm safe.
You're missing your mammy.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Or have you got a lassie?
I I mean no.
Aye or no?
Aye. I mean them.
Do they know you're here?
No. It happened too fast. That's why I need to write. Lackey. I mean, Sergeant Monroe says he'll take it to her.
What did you do?
Nothing.
Did you get a girl with child?
No.
You did?
I didn't.
I bet you wish you did.
Get away.
Alistair?
So they got you too, Dougal.
Aye. I should never have stopped at the drum.
The evil of drink, Dougal.
It's less of a sin than the evil of war.
Here he is. Here's Charlie. Hooray for the prince.
Excuse me if I don't faint with joy.
Come on, man. You're here now. You might as well enjoy it. There are worse things in life than helping a king regain his crown.
Aye, like having your guts run through.
Steady.
What's he saying?
I don't know. The man can hardly speak the language.
Don't talk like that. He's to be our king one day.
Hear it. What language is laddie speaking?
English.
Didn't sound like English. I know what English sounds like, and that didn't sound like English.
Hold your tongue, or you'll have said you're lost.
I'd like a king who can speak my own language.
There's no danger of that happening. But he'll want you to fight just the same.
You'll get a red coat, which, as well as keeping you warm, will turn the head of every wench between here and Edinburgh. So, my brave boys.
Blackie.
Hello, Mora. I've got something for you.
Protect you. Enlist in his army. Those cutthroat rebels have taken up arms against
Were you in? Yes, were you then?
I didn't know.
No.
He's a fine lad.
And murdering your family.
Tell him.
You'll get no mercy.
Tell him his father's been taken.
Taken?
He's been taken. He's with the Jacobites. Tell him.
Aye, I'll tell him. We're leaving now. We'll be there in a week.
Monroe!
Shona, Mary, they don't have Ewan.
Where is he? Is he safe?
He's with the militia.
So you're not coming back?
If I can get to Alistair, he can leave the Jacobites and he can come home. You're not going after the army. You don't know where they are. I do. They're marching on Edinburgh. Aye, but Mora, you should die. I'd die too. I used to think that. I can't live without him. I have to go.
Well, I think you're right to go. If it was you, and I'd go.
Be careful. Oh, don't worry. We'll all be together soon.
50 lashings. Now.
Sir!
Angus, you've been out all night.
So what? Nobody saw me. Oh, the sentries were half asleep. Nobody saw me. That's all. I was out and back before anybody knew it. Oh, she's a bonny lass. She's bonny. You ever felt on me? A woman's breasts.
Aye. Once.
Thought you got away with it. Eh, jockey boy? Well, old Major Elliot, he's got eyes in the back of his head. And he saw you leave the barracks last night, you little Scots fornicator! Sergeant!
Come on, shift your ass out!
Men who do not respect rules deserve no respect until they are punished. Carry on, Sergeant.
Drummers always wield the lash, boy. King's regulations.
Carry on, boy.
Put your back into it or you'll be next, boy! Ah! 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 Ah!
Stop! This too horrible for you, drummer?
Yes. I mean, no, sir.
You'll have to have a stronger stomach than that, boy.
Yes, sir.
Take him away. Take over, Kirk.
Now we'll see what a fornicator gets, jockey boy. Ah!
Come in. Put it over there.
Sir?
Oh, it's you. You thought me cruel today, boy.
No, sir.
I don't know what happened. He's my friend, sir.
Put the shirts down there, boy. Come on, I want to talk to you. Come over here, boy. That's it. What's your name, boy?
Campbell, sir. Ewan Campbell.
Don't be afraid, Drummer Campbell. I like men who have the courage to speak their mind. Well?
Sir, I didn't think the crime deserved such a punishment.
I was harsh on the man. Very harsh. But that's the point. This is an army. An army that is about to go into battle against a ferocious foe. They have to be disciplined. They have to want to fight. They may see me in every rebel face. They may even lunge their swords at me in the heat of the battle. But it's rebels who will fall.
I understand, sir.
You do?
Well, at least I think so. Well, no, really, sir.
Well, that's honest, Drummer. Perhaps too honest.
I was brought up to be, sir.
I see. Your father must be very proud of you.
I hope he is, sir.
I had a son. He was about your age. I was proud of him.
Sir?
Yes. Yes, but no matter. He's dead now. Go back to your duties, Drummer. Dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
Campbell, have you ever been to Edinburgh?
No, sir. Never.
I'll need a messenger boy. Yes, you can come with me. I've been summoned back to see Sir John Cope. The news is not altogether good.
Yes, sir.
You can see the world, Campbell. Dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
You can get away down your tavern now.
Try and stop me, I'm freezing.
Any sign of the Jacobite?
Scared.
It's a fine port, gentlemen, very fine.
Dunbar?
Never mind that. Edinburgh is captured. So what happened to your army? Don't get excited, gentlemen.
Excited? The army which is supposed to protect us vanishes to Aberdeen, and the Jacobites walk into the nation's capital just like
We were promised, may I remind you, the support of your so-called loyal Highland clans. Do I have to tell you precisely how many men rallied to our colours? You have my sympathies. But they are not our clans, Sir John. And we are concerned about the present state of affairs. Yes. You need not worry, gentlemen.
Oh, how much cause for worry can we have?
Can you rid the country from their grip, Sir John? Keep the situation in perspective. You have, after all, experienced this kind of trouble before in Scotland. Now, it is obvious they have not the strength to hold what they have. Yes, but they've already got much further than they did in 1719. Gentlemen, at this time, no insurmountable problem exists. We shall meet our young friend and his Highland rabble, and we shall destroy them. Utterly.
So you are ready to face them, then?
And to turn the heathens back? We are ready.
Help me. Help me.
Here. Drink this.
Giving comfort to the enemy, Campbell.
A man needs help in his last moments.
This man is one of the enemy. He's not on your side. Do you not understand that?
For the love of God, Cameron. He was one of your prince's subjects, just the same as you.
Do you think that they would have given the water if they'd found you wounded?
He's not wounded, he's dead. I killed him.
I know. I saw you. Campbell, you're no coward. But if you value your son's life, you'll fight with a bit more conviction next time.
By God. You enjoy this, don't you? You enjoy it! There's no reason behind your cruelty. You kill just for the pleasure of it. You'd kill just as easily if you were on King George's side.
Nah. I fight for our cause, and I fight for our lawful king. Desperate times need desperate measures, but enjoy this? Never. I've seen this all before, Campbell. And I've seen my people stretched out dead before Whiteman's bayonets. There's no joy in it. Scarce little glory either. But there's a duty, and there's a sense. There's a debt of honor. But you wouldn't understand that, would you?
Well, that's the end of Sir John Cope, all right?
We'll make them pay, sir.
How about you, boy? Do you think we will? Come on, sit down, sit down. We will, lad. We will. They might have lost General Cope's command, but there's still plenty of men in the two kingdoms to put paid to this rabble. Cumberland will catch them soon enough. Well, how did you find your first taste of battle, Campbell, eh? You didn't expect that our little trip to the big city would turn out this way, did you?
No, sir. I was afraid, sir.
Still honest, eh? When you get older, you'll find it easier to lie.
Sir?
Why are you here, Ewan Campbell?
I want to fight, sir.
Fight? Fight who?
Why, the rebels, sir.
I see, fight the rebels. And what do you think the real reason for this war is?
Reason, sir?
Perhaps there isn't one. Perhaps we do this because we are men. Perhaps men have to fight to be men.
Sir?
I'm rambling, I'm sorry. You know, I never had the chance to speak to my own son properly. I was always too preoccupied. I don't know. All my dreams have turned to dust. I'm back where I started. Fighting. Your father, does he take an interest in this war?
He does. He's on our side, sir. But he won't fight himself.
Why?
Why? Because he says that's our job.
Ah, I see. So he sits safe at home while we protect him from the nasty Jacobites.
He's no coward, sir.
I'm sure he's not. No matter, Drummer Campbell. Tomorrow, with a bit of luck, we'll be back at Ruthven. If I could meet your father, I would give him a promise. A promise that I would do my very best to keep you safe, so that you can return to him.
Thank you, sir.
A father needs his son. I'd give the world right now to have my boy back.
Careful not to catch their lice.
So it's true, they do smell as bad as they say.
Careful This might be our new king one day.
Is that why you made your son join his army?
Well, you can't be too sure.
Are you mad? If Cumberland wins the day, he'll hang.
Don't worry. My brother's a sheriff, and so is my uncle.
Aye. Of course, you can't be too sure. Perhaps I should send young George.
I wish to thank you all for the great victory we have won, and for bringing us so far so soon. How can I express the joy which is in my heart to know that my father is proclaimed once again James VIII of Scotland? I am sworn not to let my sword rest by my side until we have won the crowns of both kingdoms. That is why I must ask you for more effort, more courage and determination. Tomorrow we'll march to London!
So it's after London, eh, Fraser? Like hell. It's been a good adventure, but it's time I was away home. I think you could be right there. I'm leaving for Skye the night. I'll be right with you. And we've done our bit. His father's on the throne of Scotland. That's good enough for me. Too true. We've kept our bargain.
A marvelous speech, Your Highness.
I am getting better, no?
Very Celtic, Your Highness.
So, gentlemen, are we in good order for our march to London?
Oh, indeed we are, sir. The men could not be in better fit.
Mr. O'Sullivan, for a man who's a great quartermaster general, you have a great misunderstanding of the condition of the men in your charge. Every day, more of them slip away than run to the colours. They're in no fit state to invade England without French help. It would be suicide to try.
I'm afraid I must second Lord Murray in this matter. Without the French, it's madness to even contemplate capturing London.
One more effort will be the death of us all without proper support.
My father's cause will succeed, gentlemen. There is no doubt about it. I can feel it in my bones. You have seen the fervor of the men, of the people. God is on our side, gentlemen. So there must be no more argument. We shall march on London in the name of His Majesty King James VIII. Dès demain, nous irons à Londres.
Your Highness, the reports are true, I'm afraid. Some of the Scots clans are behind him.
It seems they never learn, Albemarle. Well, this time I'll teach them a lesson they'll never forget.
The steps you've taken in the past have always proved sufficient, Your Highness.
Sufficient? Sufficient to allow those vermin to creep back from their dens as soon as our backs are turned. That may be enough for you so-called professional soldiers, Albemarle. This is a personal insult. I shall deal with it as such.
So I trust. But I'll warrant we don't even have to go far before they melt back into their hills.
That they will not, sir. For this time they have William, Duke of Cumberland to contend with. They've insulted the honor of my father and the royal house of Hanover. And they've done that for the last time.
Do you see, Lord Murray? Did I not tell you how popular our cause would be? See how the people are coming from their homes to cheer us.
To hear them cheer so is very heartening, Your Highness.
Soon we'll be strong enough to face any army and defeat them on any field.
Your Highness, the situation has not changed. It appears they are prepared to cheer, but not to fight. We must have the French.
Give it time, Lord Murray, just a little time.
Time is the one thing we have little of, Your Highness.
Lord Murray, our cause is just, our time is right. I know Almighty God is on our side. I see before me no sign of hostility.
nor apathy. You're quite right, Your Highness.
I fear our march is nothing more than a diverting spectacle, brightening dull lives. If their cheers were muskets, and their waves were swords, then our enterprise would carry far greater strength.
Nothing could be achieved without the goodwill of the people. My father's people. Funny how it is spelled Derby. But strangely you say Derby.
English is not a phonetic language, Your Majesty.
Can we get to the point?
Murray, I know that you are concerned.
I am more than concerned. Our situation is desperate. It is my belief that we cannot reach London without first having to fight Cumberland and his new army. We haven't received either the French military help we were promised, or any real help and assistance from Your Majesty's supporters here in England, and Scotland is in arms against us the moment our backs are turned.
You must be patient, Murray. I know that help is not far away.
Your Majesty will recall what happened in 1715. Our men captured and slaughtered like
This
beasts.
is not
so
the
very
same
far from
thing,
here.
Murray.
With the greatest respect, Your Majesty, it feels remarkably similar.
Your Majesty, you promised us that we would return here this evening with written promises of material help and support from the gentlemen of Derbyshire.
Well, of course.
Your Highness, are we to have the support?
We agreed to march the length of Derbyshire and no further.
Gentlemen.
It's pathetic. The heir to the throne of these two kingdoms crawling round the houses of his subjects, begging for their favour. The time has come, gentlemen. We must turn back.
But Murray, the news is that the French have already landed in Essex. London is in turmoil. We must go on.
Not even you, O'Sullivan, can produce a single shred of evidence of what you say. The time has come. We must turn back or the cause will be lost forever.
The cause will be lost forever if we do.
Murray, you're right. We have not been favored with the support of the gentlemen from Derbyshire. Or anyone else. It looks as we shall return to Scotland, gentlemen. We'll regroup there, yes. And then we'll come back stronger. Plus fort.
If we leave now, I fear that we shall never return.
Angus, do you think something's going to happen soon?
Maybe.
I wish I had a musket instead of that stupid drum.
I know. This is one of the finest pieces of military science known to man. It's bonny, eh?
Aye. It's beautiful.
If a ball from this hits you, I'll blow a hole in you the size of your fist. And if it's your arm or your leg, then it's a surgeon's knife for you, my boy.
I'm a fair shot. I've already shot one Jacobite.
Oh, I? Sure you have. In your dreams.
Where are we exactly? Does anybody know?
About 10 miles from where we were last night. About 10 miles from where we'll be tomorrow night.
And half a world away from where we should be. Aye. If I'd known we'd be marching halfway down to London, and then turning back for home, well, I wouldn't have supported him. I'd have gone fishing, that's what I should have done.
Is it Inverness we're bound for?
We'd be better off taking to the hills.
Aye. We could still win if we fought on our own terms.
What makes the difference? We had the chance, and we never took it. We'll never get it back again now.
Aye. London's a long way off now. Right now, we've got more chance of a Protestant Pope than we do the old king back on his throne.
You know what gets me? Do you know what really pains me apart from being bloody cold and hungry? Feels like we're away on our toes like a lot of bloody chickens.
If I could get my hands on a chicken, I'd have it plucked and on a spit in 30 seconds flat.
I am sure you would.
Bye-bye, Charlie. No, get away with you. Get off. Oh, look at him. Get off. Go on.
Yes?
I was to give you this, sir.
Ah, thank you, Campbell. Here's to the maiden of Bashful 15. Here's to the widow of 50. The rebels have turned back to the Highlands. They're retreating towards us.
Yes, sir.
These are orders to join His Royal Highness, the Duke of Cumberland. I think this battle will be a better display than Prestonpans or Falkirk.
I hope so, sir.
Many lives will be lost. Have faith in God, Drummer Campbell. That's all we have.
Yes, sir.
God may work in some very strange ways, but He has plans for us all.
Indeed, sir.
At least, I hope He has. I'll be watching you, Drummer Campbell. Dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
Could you help me, please?
On your way.
I'm looking for Alistair Campbell. Do you know him? He's my husband. Do you know where I could find Alistair Campbell?
I know a dozen Alistair Campbells, but you'll no find many in this army. Campbells are no Jacobites.
Oh, he's not here because he wants to be. Is there anything I can do to help?
Aye, I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. What I need now is food and drink.
Do they not feed you in your damned army?
This army canna feed us. The rest of the army's away, 30 mile or more. And if there's food, it's no found its way to me in the past 2 weeks.
Stop!
Go, quick, go!
What are you thinking, Alistair?
I'm trying not to think, Dougal. Trying not to remember. But I can't help thinking of Morag and the boy.
Not plotting to leave us, are you, Alistair Campbell?
You know I cannot, whilst there is a shred of hope that you have not already butchered my son.
It was honour that brought us here. And I'm a man of honour. You have my word that the boy is safe. But you can live. I'll let you go, now. You can go. You can live. You can have more bairns. Go.
Don't play games with me, Cameron.
It's over anyway. The army's melting away. We haven't a chance.
What chance have I got of being allowed through the Hanoverian lines? You need to win now. And while there's the faintest chance, I stay.
We've been given orders that we march through the night to surprise the English in their beds. It's Cumberland's birthday, and they'll be drunk as beggars. We'll give him a birthday surprise that he'll never forget. Fight well, and the boy goes free. And so do you, Campbell.
Gentlemen, as you know, I intend to deliver a mortal blow to the enemy in the coming battle. I intend to finish that jumped-up Italian's venture in our kingdom and put an end to his cause forever.
Yeah.
We have to destroy the Popish rebellion altogether. We cannot let it rise again like a foul weed to threaten us. This is the last time we shall be faced with a threat of this nature. Tomorrow marks the beginning of that great work. How are the men, Albemarle?
Sir, the morale of the men is excellent. Their spirits, of course, were raised when you arrived to lead us in person. They are ready and eager for the fight.
They will not fail, your highness, or your noble father, the king.
Gentlemen, tomorrow I will have reached the grand age of 25 years. Deliver 2 barrels of rum to each regiment, and let the men celebrate a little. And now, shall we discuss our plans in detail? What's that to you? All right.
Disaster. Didn't even get within 5 miles of them before dawn, and they were up and ready for us.
The men slip off and don't return. Your army is melting away.
Perhaps it's best if they do. These men are in no fit state to fight anyone, let alone Cumberland's army. I must speak to our illustrious Commander-in-Chief.
Lord Murray.
Your Highness.
This weather is so foul. Where do you get weather like this, Murray?
From hell? I'm afraid I must ask you, do you intend to fight this battle today?
I don't have any other alternative. Your grand plan of night attack came down to nothing, so we must fight.
But these men are cold and hungry and exhausted from their march, half dead with fatigue. They won't stand a chance.
It was your counsel to march all night. If they are in no state to fight, they are in no state to retreat either, Murray. You know that.
To commit these men to the field would be murder!
Do I have to remind you, Murray, who I am and who you are?
I must speak my mind, Your Highness.
Do you think I'd have it this way? Do you, Murray?
We should retire to the hills now. Our men know the ground there.
I have already considered that alternative. I don't agree with it. We shall fight and win.
Never mind. We'll soon be putting an end to a bad affair.
We shall face Cumberland today. We shall defeat him on this moor, on this...
Culloden moor, sir.
Yes. Culloden.
Dŵr, mae'r Seamus mae'r rhan. Cyrraedd mis y gydol, mae'r aryn mae ach o'r roan.
I am Alistair, son of Duncan, son of Finlay. I offer you any challenge, as my father did before me. After this day, let there be no more bloodshed.
What are they doing? They recite their lineage. Helps them to be brave. To use the power of history so that they can fight in the coming battle.
Interesting. Interesting. not going very well, is it?
My God. My God.
Congratulate you, Your Highness, on your great victory.
There is no victory yet, Hawley.
Your Highness, I think you'll find the rebels are utterly defeated.
Defeated? Not yet, sir. By the grace of God, I'll let those heathens know the real taste of defeat. I'll pursue the rebel scum right back to every bolt hole the rats came from. In the name of His Majesty King George, I shall not rest until their whole filthy cause is wiped off the face of the earth. Then we'll have the victory. This is only the beginning.
forsaking pride. The time has come to turn the tide. I've drawn the line, I've built my wall, and I won't let one more dream fall. Oh, days of innocence, I surrendered long ago. Where's the wind that takes me higher? The hand that offers peace, the heart that still gives shelter. I wanna go back to find the innocent days that are left behind. I still believe they're holding ground behind the battle lines. If it takes a million miles over land to sea, gonna swim in the rivers of purity. I know they still run free behind the battle lines. One more mountain I must climb. I scaled so many in my time, and if the sun goes down on me, the light of truth will help me see. Oh, days of innocence, I surrendered long ago. Where's the voice that speaks of mercy? The eyes that are not blind, the love that's never ending. I wanna go back to find the innocent days that are left behind. I still believe they're holding ground behind the battle lines. If it takes a million miles over land and sea, gonna swim in the rivers of purity. I know they still run free. A vision of eternity. Oh Lord, never take the dream from me. Here I am, standing at the edge of destiny. I wanna go back to find the innocent days that are left behind. I still believe they're holding ground behind the battle lines. If it takes a million miles over land and sea, gonna swim in the rivers of purity. Oh, I know they still run free behind